Hey football fans, welcome back to Pitch Pit and Punch. Now that game week 12 has wrapped up, I've got a lot of questions and I'd love you guys to engage. Now, before we jump into it, and yes, there's a lot of madness that we're going to jump into, I just want to say a massive thank you. We set a goal to reach 250 subscribers, and now not only did we reach it, but we've smashed past the 300 subscriber mark. Now we are officially on the road to 500 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you for liking, commenting, and engaging, and truly sharing and supporting this channel. Now, this community is growing, and it's all because of you. Let's keep building and enjoy this journey. Now we're going to look into the results. I'm only going to look at the guys who are going to be fighting for the title, in my opinion. Now we'll be looking at Manchester City's results. We're going to be looking at Liverpool's results. They are the defending champions, so we still need to put respect on them. And we're going to look at Man United, who are not necessarily title challengers, but because they are a big team and they will be playing one game a week, they will definitely be looked at in regards to this wrap up. Then we've got Chelsea and we also have Arsenal. So starting off with Manchester City, well, the result was going to be tricky. In the build-up, I did mention that it is tricky going to St. James's Park, and lo and behold, Manchester City was stunned 2-1 by Newcastle, and the story of their season continues. If Haaland does not perform well in a match, Manchester City drop points. And it's becoming a recurring theme, guys. Look at the loss against Tottenham early in the season. Haaland didn't even score a goal, and they lost 2-0 to Tottenham. Then they lost 2-1 to Brighton, where Haaland scored. However, Brighton found a way to suppress him from scoring another goal. Where they also dropped points was against Arsenal, where Haaland scored, but Arsenal were able to block him from getting a second. Then we have Aston Villa, who beat Manchester City 1-0, and Haaland didn't score in this game. We also see them recently losing 2-1 to Newcastle, where Haaland didn't score. Now, City look a team that is a little too dependent on Haaland at this current moment, and that's because everything runs through him. And currently, the teams that are playing against Manchester City have the strategy where they're going to say, shut Haaland down, and you shut Manchester City. Now, one of the intriguing questions I had, there were actually two intriguing questions I had for this specific fixture. The first one being, are Manchester City truly still in the title race? And do they have enough firepower beyond Haaland to keep up with Arsenal? Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to see your opinions. And hey guys, I'll also share my opinions as well. So drop me a comment as to what you think is going on with Manchester City. To the next game, we've got Liverpool's result in game week 12, where at Anfield, yes, at Anfield, Liverpool were completely embarrassed in a 3-0 defeat to Nottingham Forest. The defeat has created a shocking picture for Liverpool on a slot and fans alike. Now, Liverpool have a negative 2-goal difference. They sit in 12th place. They are behind Manchester United, who are in 10th, and they are behind their city rivals Everton, who are sitting in 11th place. And all of these three teams are set tied on 18 points. This is not a profile of a title challenging side or a title defending side. Now, they've been setting records they do not want to be setting. In this fixture, I sat there asking myself three different questions. First one being, after this defeat, are Liverpool officially out of the title race? Second question, how many more losses does Arne Slot survive before serious questions are asked regarding him getting the sacking? And finally, is this now just a fight for top four for Liverpool, or maybe a domestic or a European trophy? Guys, drop those comments. Let me know if you guys think Liverpool are officially out of the title race. Yes, it's November. A title is not won in November. But please, give me your opinion on whether they will even finish in the top four. And when do you predict Arne Slot getting the sacking? Or do you see him actually surviving through winning other competitions? Let me know, guys. I'd love to read your opinions, and I'll definitely let you know what I think. On to the next match. We've got Manchester United, who played on Monday. And guys, wow, these are new levels of low. Things are dark. It's truly dark times for Manchester United fans. So looking at the results, Manchester United were humiliated in a 1-0 defeat by Everton at Old Trafford. And this is the most shocking part. Everton's defenders got into an infight, a literal scuffle, which resulted in a red card in the 13th minute. United played 77 minutes against 10 men. Picture that, guys. You still have 77 minutes to actually stage a comeback and win this game. And still, they couldn't. They couldn't break Everton down, guys. Manchester United looked extremely pitiful. Ran out of ideas. They didn't have the fight. Yes, they had a lot of opportunities, but they didn't take those opportunities. This defeat definitely sums up their season. Inconsistency, weak mentality, and zero momentum. Now, to all of you fans, whether you are United fans or rival fans, my biggest question in this game that I was asking myself was, where do you realistically see Manchester United finishing this season? Before the game, I honestly had high hopes for them, and I honestly thought that they could possibly finish in top 6. So I want to know, guys, do you guys think Manchester United will finish in the top 6, or will they finish in the mid-table or the bottom half of the season again? Drop those comments and let me know. Man United fans, I would love to know from you guys, what would it take to fix the inconsistency since you guys are only playing one game a week? Is that a disadvantage because of momentum, or is it an advantage because you guys have more time to prepare? Let me know, guys. I'd love to read those comments, and I'll definitely let you know my opinion as well. We've got the next game in Chelsea. Now, Chelsea kicked off the weekend with a comfortable 2-0 win over Burnley. Guys, Burnley are struggling just like Wolves. And honestly, I truly think that those are the two teams that are going to go down in relegation. Now, with regards to the victory, this victory definitely pushes Chelsea to a title challenging spot, where they are currently sitting pretty in second place. They are only 6 points away from Arsenal. That's nothing, guys. That means if Arsenal draw or lose, they are literally right behind them. And they are now looking like serious contenders. Now, after the Chelsea game and seeing how they actually got this victory without the likes of Palmer and Moises Caicedo, I had two intriguing questions that I was asking myself. Can Chelsea's squad depth and growing experience help them maintain a true title challenge? And can they keep pace with Arsenal and outlast Manchester City? Now, please, guys, drop those comments. I'd love to know your opinions because this league is only getting started. To our last game It was Arsenal's Super Sunday fixture against Tottenham Hotspurs in the North London derby. Now, Arsenal delivered the performance of the weekend, destroying their rivals Tottenham in a 4-1 demolition. But the funniest moment comes from before the match, guys. If you remember, in the pre-match conference, Tottenham's manager Thomas Frank was asked about Eberechi Eze and whether he regretted not signing him. Thomas Frank then replied, "Who's Eze?" Well, Eze definitely answered the question perfectly. He became the first English player ever to score a hat-trick in a North London derby. And he scored his first career hat-trick. And not only that, he also helped Arsenal stay top of the league after drawing against Sunderland and capitalizing on the fact that Manchester City and Liverpool had already dropped points in their games prior. Now, this Arsenal team looks mature, efficient, and dangerous. Now, I had about 4 intriguing questions when it came to this game. The question, as an Arsenal fan, I asked myself, is this the season Arsenal finally crossed the line? The second question I had, is Arteta the right manager to lead them to a Premier League title? My third question, with injuries coming, as they always do, does Arsenal finally have the squad depth to survive the winter period? And can anybody in the Premier League keep up with them this season? Guys, please drop your comments. I'd love to know your opinions. Yes, remember, it is November. Titles are not won in November. And nobody has ever won the Premier League in November. But you can build a title platform in November. So let me know, guys. I'd love to know your opinions, and I'll definitely let you know mine. Now that game week 12 has wrapped up, let's look at the current league standings. Now, in first position, we still have Arsenal on top of the league with 29 points. Then the team that's jumped up into second position is Chelsea with 23 points. And Manchester City have now dropped to third position with 22 points. And in 10th position, we've got Manchester United with 18 points and a 0-goal difference. And in 12th position, we've got Liverpool with 18 points and a negative 2-goal difference. The big questions that I'd love to ask you guys, is this a one-horse race? Or is it a 2-horse race between Arsenal and Chelsea? Or is it still a 3-horse race with Manchester City hanging on? And who is actually equipped to challenge Arsenal over the next 26 games? Comment your predictions below. I'd love to see what you guys think. I'll be responding to all of your comments, guys. So please drop those comments below and let me know your opinions. I'd love to thank you once again for supporting this channel. Remember, we're on the road to 500 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We've got exciting UEFA games. Chelsea are playing Barcelona. Manchester City are playing Bayer Leverkusen. Liverpool is playing PSV. And we've got Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. These are massive games. I will be doing a review on these games during the week. And I'll definitely be doing a build-up to the Super Sunday fixture between Arsenal and Chelsea. I'll see you guys in the next one.